what makes Durga Saptashati so powerful that it's more than a scripture, it's a living shakti.
What it is telling is, Durga Saptashati, all the divinities, they got fragmented, their powers, because the ego came into that. You got my point. That's what, that became Mahishasura. I'm giving a very esoteric meaning of that. It's not Mahishasura outside the Devatas. No, it's not, I'm not putting the divinities this side and putting Mahishasura that side. No, I'm not putting that. The fragmentation of the power resulting in ego, that is Mahishasura.
What about these demons? What do they
This
represent?
is nothing but the inertia, heaviness and all that, There are not enemies, but there are different tendencies altogether. So she appears there as Mahakali, as Nidra Shakti. Her power is nothing but, it is the power opposite. The light and dark, Both are powers only, but we will see light as the power, not dark as something. No, it's not so. Here in this case, she governs both the ignorance and awakening.
How does it cut your karma?
Cut means what? Is it destruction or remove only part of it?
Destruction, I'm talking about specifically.
No, because particularly the prarabdha karma, all accepted text and experience also say, you cannot do away with that.
Then how would the soul evolve?
Then how it helps you?
Yeah.
You have bought it and you have to enjoy it. But Saptashati may give you to manage it. How beautifully. Without more suffering.
Hi everyone, a very warm welcome on the show, and this is your host Rangoli Sharma. And in today's episode of Mystic Mind, I've brought to you a very relatable topic. I'm sure any viewer who believes into Devi, who prays to the Cosmic Mother, is going to love today's podcast. Because today I'm going to talk about a very important text when it comes to Devi, Durga Saptashati. Why is it so powerful? What does it talk about Devi? How does it give you the power? People start reciting it or people start chanting it when there are Navratras. But what if you make it a regular part of your life? What changes will it bring into your life? We would talk about the different chapters in Durga Saptashati. What story do they talk about? How do they increase your spiritual power? We've also talked about Siddha Kunjika Stotra, Argala Stotra, Kilkam, Kavacham. What do they signify? So if you love Devi and if you want to strengthen your connection with Devi, this is the podcast for you. Because today, along with Durga Saptashati, we are talking about many more things in context to Devi. So do let me know from which part of the world are you watching this podcast. And for this beautiful discussion, a very special guest has joined me today. You met him before also. He's a Srividya Guru, Atmanandanatha Guruji from Guhanand Parampara. Guruji, a very warm welcome on the show. It's such a pleasure to be with you again today.
Yes, Rangoli, I'm also equally, as if the same thing, same feelings with me. So it's really wonderful meeting you again.
And Guruji, to begin with, I think we've chosen an equally important topic for our audience today. When we talk about Devi, one of the most important texts in the name of Devi is Durga Saptashati. So, to begin with, my first question here would be, what makes Durga Saptashati so powerful that it's more than a scripture, it's a living shakti? Why people consider it so powerful and why people who regularly read it, they have this abundance around them and power around them?
Guruve sarvalokanam vishaje bhavaroginam Vidhaye Sarvavidyanam Dakshinamurthe Namah. Let us bow down to the feet of the Guru and the Guru Mandala. There we receive all the knowledge to speak to you.
Definitely.
In the absence of that, I think we are nothing. So let us all pray, both of us today, pray our Guru Mandala
Sure.
to guide us and let them speak through us.
Sure, Guruji.
That's the best way of, so we don't own it.
Yeah.
Is it not so? That will be easiest way, not to own anything. That will be a wonderful thing. Okay. When you ask about Durga Saptashati, it's a great Tantrik text basically.
Tantrik text.
No doubt in it. There's no doubt about it. Such a great Tantric text has been a part of the Purana mythology. Our people are very, very great at you. If it is labeled as Tantra, people may not go to that. So they embedded into the Purana mythology. It's a part of Markandey Purana actually. It's very interesting. I don't remember the exact chapters, but I tell you, Markandey Purana goes on talking about some Purana mythology. Without any warning, it stops somewhere. 33 or 34, I don't remember the exact chapter number.
Okay.
Immediately, this 13 chapters introduced there. There's no relevance at all if you go to Markandey Purana and how somewhere it is emerged. It's just inserted into that. Then once again, the Purana continues after 13 chapters. That is, Durga Saptashati is a part of Markandey Purana.
Okay.
The great text is inserted into that. It's great because it speaks about 3 great divinities. Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati.
Ji.
The Mahasaraswati, as we know, it is the Gnana.
Yes. The goddess of knowledge.
Knowledge. What knowledge is, we'll think little later now.
Yeah.
And Mahalakshmi is something, sustenance, to give us all the things. And Mahakali is the awareness.
Yeah.
And the way it is depicted is something very, very interesting. It is a movement of shakti with awareness.
Yes.
That's why it's become a very great text. Even if people may not like or dislike, it's a great tantra involvement. It's a great tantric text.
Yeah.
Durga Saptashati. That's why it's very powerful. But when you say it is tantra, people may be afraid of it. They say it's Purana and just anybody can read it. Tantra is prohibited, or tantra is sometimes dangerous to learn and all.
Exactly.
But I'm not talking tantra in the aspect of what normally we understand wrongly. I don't say that. Tantra is a different thing. Tantra is something. I should talk about tantra also, because when I use the word tantra, I should explain.
Otherwise, when we say that I'll be misguiding people. Tantric text, yes.
See, tantra is a thing. Has got 2 parts in that. Tan and tra. Tan is expansion. You'll see what expansion later. Tra is the method or instrument. So, the instrument or a method to expand tantra together, right? What expansion? The consciousness.
The expansion of the consciousness.
Expansion of consciousness. What more you need? Why we are in trouble today is our consciousness, though it is same as the universal consciousness, which is infinite, right? So, same thing also, the individual consciousness, limited. So, any instrument, any effort, any method which expands this to its reality, its real. What is it real then? What is the universal consciousness? What is its limitation? Infinite. So, all human beings today playing with within the limited consciousness. Whatever the Tantra is very badly understood. The Tantra is a method, a system, or an instrument, whatever you call it, which helps us to expand. What expand? Expand consciousness.
Okay.
So when we expand consciousness, are we normal human beings? No.
Yeah, because they don't have that.
Limited, we are all playing with limited consciousness.
Yeah.
When it expands, we become divine. Because divine is expanded consciousness, macrocosm. So exactly, that's why it is called also classified as a Tantra. Tantra is not something which should be mistaken as the whatever our imagination and all. Very sorry for that matter. No, it's not so. So this is divided into 3 different folders, I should say.
Yeah.
Because each folder has once again files. So we call it Charita. Pratama Charita is the first folder, Madhyama Charita is middle folder, and Uttama Charita is the last and final folder. Each one has some chapters in it. The first chapter is first Charita. Only one chapter in that where the Mahakali is the deity there.
Okay.
The second Charita, second folder is Madhyama Charita. The deity is Mahalakshmi there.
Ji.
The third one, from 6th chapter to 13th chapter, is Uttama Charita, which is the Saraswati is the deity there. In all these Charitas, folders, many demons are coming there, and there's a fight between the divine. Mahakali fights with somebody. I don't want to go very deep. Everybody knows about it. I don't repeat same thing. They don't want to listen.
Yeah. Today we are understanding the mystical meaning of Durga Saptashati after all.
So it is a demons. Different demons are different internal conflicts we have. The internal conflicts what human beings face is depicted as demons. And different divinities come and slay them. That is the beauty of Durga Saptashati. So it is a fight going within us to what? Why fight? To gain something. Is it not so? So the divine to take over and expand. What happens in the Vargana fighting? The consciousness is limited because of the obstructions. Agree?
Yeah.
To expand my consciousness, there is obstructions to be taken out. That's what is done by those obstructions are depicted as demons with different names. And in case of like Mahishasura, I don't want to give in a series way, just because there are hundreds of YouTube channels we have where they spoke.
Exactly, they talk
same thing.
Yes.
Shumba, Chanda, Munda, and all that they talk, and there is no end for it talking same thing. Rakta Mahishasura is the simply flow of thoughts. How many thoughts every day? Every
Countless thoughts.
Beautifully depicted in Saptashati. If one thought is killed, 1,000 thoughts in that place. Is it not so?
Yeah.
There's no end for it. That is Rakta Bija is one drop of blood. Similar Rakta Bija, 1,000 people will be born. Rakta Bija is a thought. So one thought is destroyed, 1,000 thoughts emerge that unless you take out the root of thought. What is the root of thought? From where thought comes?
Our consciousness.
Mind, basically. Last time also I remember thought. How do we define mind?
Yeah.
I think thought is the mind. Maybe difficult to accept it. Come on, tell me, without thought, where is mind? This question I always, maybe people think that I am mad. It is mind that creates thought. Do you understand? Also opposite, isn't it? When there is no thought, where is the mind? No mind,
Like both give space to each other.
Once again, it is a question, which is first? I don't want to answer it. Whether it is egg or the hen.
Yeah.
No. Because they are the thought and the mind. When I said expansion, even to expand consciousness, the mind has to be expanded. Finally, mind should expand, get annihilated. Otherwise, no consciousness cannot expand. So Rakta Puja is that actually. You cannot just go on killing the thoughts. But if you kill thought, so the source of that thought should be annihilated. That's the meaning of it.
Yeah.
The source of the thought, what? Once again, mind. Annihilation, that's Rakta Puja. That's why it's a very mysterious story which is depicted. So finally, what is that awareness?
So Guruji, from here, I'm sure my viewers would love to know that the chapters in Durga Saptashati, they are of high importance, right? So what do these chapters signify and what do they talk about Devi? And what is the deeper spiritual meaning that these chapters are trying to tell us? What makes it a living shakti?
It's living shakti because, we live today, every day. Is it not a struggle we undergo every day? Is it not life is struggle?
Definitely it is. There is suffering,
If
there's lots
something
of
answers
sadness.
that, is it not very important for us? That's why it becomes very important. No? Because why we struggle is we are confused basically. I talk this thing to all which is people. That confused state is not active and we don't know what to do. See, people may give different meanings for tamas. Tamas is a kind of laziness, unable to do, confusion, everything is tamas only. Tamas is not defined only, this is tamas, no. And here they say, the story talks about that Vishnu was sleeping. That is tamas, not active, basically. Is it not? From there, the two demons came in and all. So I take the life itself, right life. Is it not that all of us are in the same situation today?
Absolutely, we are.
So when that is answered, is it not become very important to everyone? That's why it's important to all of us. So how to convert that tamas into activation? How to make it a struggle to overcome that? So we understand that there's a problem with us. There's a struggle, there's activation. What we do? We try to pull in all powers to make it, right? When we do that, finally what happens? We bring in refinement in our lives. We achieve what we want. Achievement can be anything. If somebody wants to achieve material life, he will achieve it, material life. And somebody wants knowledge, will achieve it. So, in that way, I could talk maybe in a totally different dimension to Saptashati. The human life. The confused status. We can call it Ajnana, Tamas, whatever it is, which is making us really into problem every day. With the grace of the Mahalakshmi, the Tamas is that Mahakali. We would like to activate ourselves. Doesn't happen activation. There's a struggle always.
Yeah.
Without struggle is no activation. When we struggle, we put all our powers into the coordination.
We do.
Yes, then finally what happens? Refinement. And we get whatever we need. The person who wants to have liberation, he will have that. Other fellow who wants to have some knowledge for achieving something, he will achieve it. So this is how I could say the Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati is taken place. And this Madhu Kaitaba we refer here, I should refer because we have to refer those people, otherwise
Definitely. The essence of Durga Saptashati.
Without talking those demons which are living with us, without referring them, I think we will not be able to do justice to Durga Saptashati. That's,
So what about them, Guruji? What about these demons? What do they represent?
This is nothing but the inertia, heaviness and all that, there are not enemies, but there are different tendencies altogether. So she appears there as Mahakali, as Ridra Shakti. Her power is nothing but, it is the power opposite. The light and dark, both are powers only, but we will see light as the power, not dark as something. No, it's not so. Here in this case, she governs both the ignorance and awakening. I use the word here awakening instead of knowledge. Normally what we do is ignorance, opposite is knowledge.
Yeah.
But here it is not knowledge. There is ignorance and also the awakening of it. It's not knowledge. So Mahakali appears here as ignorance and awakening also. Both together. It seems to be an opposite or different things, but it is one. That's what exactly. It's very crucial, which Saptashati composers who were that it. Markandey Purana passed of it and does it. That Shakti actually, where tamas was there, ignorance. Where it was. I said she only represented also. She withdraws the tamas from herself.
Yeah.
Unless that awareness gets stirred, there is no stirring and churning is a part of life. Every day we are doing it. From there awareness appears, unless that the stirring is take place. So awakening begins with unlearning. I'm talking about a simple corporates.
Yeah.
It's very much a figure. I can refer to that Prathama Charitra for a corporate learning only.
How?
I think it reaches the people very easily. Ignorance awakening. You have already into some learning. You are somewhere stuck. To become awakening, you must forget this ignorance. It is something that unlearn is required to learn something new. Is it no? Is it true?
Yeah.
Exactly that what is happening in First Charita. This unlearning takes place to learn something that is exactly not with learning something new. The First Charita talks about unlearning. Take it from me. That's what the ignorance, that's ignorant. This is what exactly, how you go ahead. Where the Madhyama Charita comes into play. The 2, 3 and 4. Which is the spirit, the engine you can call it, which I can use the word a Tantrik engine, a technology or technique, whatever you want, to see that. See, even don't you think something is required to unlearn a certain technology? When you have a technology for learning, the method of learning, should we not have a method of unlearning also? I think it seems to be very, very practical I'm talking. Maybe we have developed so many methods of learning, but do we have a method of unlearning? Is it not something food for thought to think on this? Where there's a method also for unlearning, so that you can learn something else. Okay, there comes the great Mahishasura. That's what it is a buffalo demon. He is referred with the buffalo. Is it Mahishasura is evil? I don't think so.
Why?
I'll tell you. He is immoral. Still, maybe it looks very odd. We think Mahishasura is evil and he's immoral and all. This fellow talks that he's not either evil or immoral. Looks a little odd, but it's not so. Why I'm telling? He is neither evil or immoral. It's an ego. Ego in the very raw form. That raw form ego is driven by instinct. I think all of us have that. We don't realize it. If you know that my ego is raw and driven by instinct, I think we can introspect and find out all of us are in that state only. The ego is in very wrong, raw and driven by instinct. In that case, what happens? Mahishasura, all devatas were in trouble. He put everybody in trouble. Is it not so? They are helpless. All become helpless. They lose their powers. When this raw ego, driven by instinct, all our inner faculties get fragmented. The devatas are different. Indra, all that. This is no. They go and approach. No, when Mahishasura attacks them, their power. They are individually powerful, but they are all fragmented, right? So that fragmented powers goes and approach Ambal. Because of that, with that, when all devatas are lost their this thing because fragmentation, the divine in us, the ego fallacious, that's for Mahishasura. Because it's fragmentation of the Indra devatas and ego flourished, that Mahishasura flourished. So what happened there? What is Devi here?
Who is she? What is she doing?
Mahalakshmi. See, listen, I am very clear in this. Make it clear. Where ego is also there only. Is not Mahishasura created as a mythology. What it is telling is, Durga Saptashati, all the divinities, they got fragmented, their powers, because the ego came into that. You got my point. That's what that became Mahishasura. I'm giving a very esoteric meaning of that. It's not Mahishasura outside devatas. No, it's not. I'm not putting the divinities this side and putting Mahishasura that side. No, I'm not putting that. The fragmentation of the power resulted in ego, that is Mahishasura.
Okay.
I think I'm trying to put it, I don't know how I am able to communicate this. It is not the demon outside the divine.
Exactly. It's the demons within us.
Exactly. It's not where, that's how mythology has to do that.
True.
What I'm trying to convey to the audience here is maybe a different approach, but truth. When the power, the energy, not consolidated, fragmented, that fragmentation takes place because of the instinct of the ego. That fragmentation of instinct of ego is Mahishasura. So where Mahishasura is then?
Within us.
Within divine. So then what happens? Devi arises. How she? Is somewhere? That's what mythology says. She appeared as Mahalakshmi. I should say, this fragmented power, energies, because of the ego by instinct, the result of Mahishasura. Its own mirror. Its own mirror. When the mythology speaks that Mahalakshmi emerged to kill Mahishasura, is nothing but the consolidation of all these powers together. Yeah, I think I'm very clear. When you consolidate the power, Shakti, Mahalakshmi, did not descend from anywhere. She emerges within the power scattered. Very clear. The scattered power, fragmented power, created ego by instinct is Mahishasura.
Definitely. And
then the same thing, which is All put together from consolidation, that is Devi.
Exactly. Guruji, one question from here would
tell
be,
me.
Guruji, when we talk about Durga Saptashati, there's a time period when it becomes way more popular, I should say. During Navratras, people chant Durga Saptashati. But let's just say any of my viewer who is watching this podcast and they want to make Durga Saptashati a regular part of their lives. So what should they start with?
Why we approach God in different forms? I want to do Lalita Sahasranama, or I don't want to do Saptashati, I want to do some prayer. To see that, let me be very down to earth situation where we want living in material life. Let us talk spirituality later. I want to live comfortably. Is it not so?
Definitely, each one of us.
That's what majority of us look for. Spirituality is, I want to get moksha, mukti or later. So there is very clear why it helps them. Each individual human being is very powerful.
As they say, God is within you.
Yes. Not operative, because that is fragmented. So consolidated, that what happens to you? You become powerful. Yes or no? Exactly that happens in Saptashati by chanting that you are not doing some prayer to divine. Otherwise, you are consolidating your own effort. You want power to you, then you get it. So that's why Durga Saptashati becomes very powerful for giving you all material benefits. So you recognize two things. One is, I am not active. Something is lacking in me. I am not able to reach whatever I want. One side. Other side is a lot of energy, but it's not put together. So by chanting Durga Saptashati, even partly or totally, as a matter of fact, the way the sound forms are made. You see, it's basically Saptashati is a mantra also. Yeah, it's mantra, no doubt in it. Because even each shloka has a Bijakshara also. That's a different, another story. So by regularly chanting that, the transformation takes place within us. The sound is not a small thing. The sound, that vibration that generates from Saptashati, whether it is the first chapter or the 2, 3, 4 chapters or whatever chapters, it makes us to consolidate our own powers. That we think it's draw from elsewhere, but we are not drawing from elsewhere. So I said, Mahakshmi from where emerged? Within that power.
Yeah.
Same thing happens to us. So we will attain whatever we want. That's why it's very popular. So our ancient rishis have formulated such a wonderful sound form so that your own energies are realized. Then you achieve. You see, I'll just give a little variation, maybe, deviation, maybe. We know a story in Ramayana. When Hanumanta wants to cross the ocean to reach Sita, he's not aware of his own energies. I think this comes in the Ramayana. Someone has to tell him, look, my dear, you can. You can. Then becomes that you can happens here. So already I have that. It's not used by me. It's fragmented. And the divine grace or within me, which induce that, help me to consolidate the power what I have. And to make it very clearly, there, I don't know, I'm a little deviation from Ramayana also. Make it more, though not realistic, but to make it, people understand what is inside. That's what inside comes out. That's what I'm telling you. It's not from elsewhere. It's said that they stand before the big, large ocean, all monkeys, including Hanumanta. Now, don't think that I'm deviating. I'm trying to convey a wonderful message. And somebody say, this is 100 yojanas. One should fly. How many? 100 years. Somebody say I can do 50, I can 30, 40. And Hanuman knows he can fly 100. I'm little making sensitized or making a little more riffing, but I want to convey a message. He tells, 100 kitna hota hai? 200. Look, my dear, I can only do 100. It is 200. Then somebody should tell him, look, my dear, one way only 100. This is our situation today. That is done by Durga Saptashati. You have that faculty, you have everything, but you should be made known to understand. See, as of Hanumanta here, he knows he can fly 100.
Yeah.
But he gone to his mind 200.
Yeah.
Say, two not together, 100 only. Is it so? So exactly. I think Rangoli have given the message what Durga Saptashati will do in nutshell. Come on, you have another question, you can come. We can continue further.
Yeah, Guruji, here I want to know the ritual, how to follow Durga Saptashati as a regular part of our lives. That's what I wish to know.
Yeah, wonderful. See, there is one thing. There's a text, Parayana text. There are mantra text and Parayana text, we call it. Mantra is a specific pattern. This is a text, Parayana text. That is for Path bolte na? What we call Parayana is known in Hindi as Path, Chandi Path.
Yeah, Chandi Path.
Saptashati Path.
Yeah.
Sundarakand Path. Ramayana mein. So what exactly it means is there's a method followed for it. It is not reading. Reading padne ka. In Hindi I am trying to say, a path hai. Reading and Parayana, there are slight difference. Reading is, it has no specific, you can just simply read. Saptashati is not, it has been fixed some method of chanting it. Method of chanting is, it has got a dhyana shloka for every charita, it should do that. In that dhyana shloka, first charita, Mahalakshmi dhyana shloka, Kali dhyana shloka. So with the Kali Dhyana Shloka, that it's not only the image or form of Kali, it gives you the energy of Kali, and it's not the image you create, that energy you create within yourself when you chant the Kali Dhyana Shloka in first chapter. The second charita you call Mahalakshmi Dhyana Shloka. So it is not the image you build or a form you build, but you create that energy within you. That's the purpose of Dhyana Shloka. Is it that ends now? No. It also recommends 3, Kavacha, Argala and Kilaka.
Exactly, Guruji. And now that you mentioned Argala, Kilakam and Kavacham, I do know, as much as I have read, that they also play a very important role when it comes to Durga Saptashati. So what is their significance? Let's just say if a person doesn't read the chapters, but only reads the Argala, Kilakam and Kavacham.
Let me say...
how does that happen?
Wonderful. Well, I will address both.
Ji.
We'll address both.
Sure.
First, let me say what this does as a prerequisite to Saptashati.
Okay.
Then we say how they are independently useful. That we'll handle two separately.
Okay, Guruji.
Because you asked me a question now, is there a method for reciting, chanting?
Yeah.
So let me go for the chanting. The Kavacha, Argala, Kilakam, what it is. The lot of energy is in Saptashati. Which energy it is outside. To identify my own energy, which I have to explore, which I have myself. Everybody has got. Every human being is that. The treasure of power. It is really power, the power of house actually. But we are not able to realize to use it. It's there, but not able to use it. The hidden power, if it is exposed, don't you have some energy to protect it immediately? Suppose immediately heat created here. Don't have something to see that protect from the heat.
Exactly, something that should shield us.
Shield.
Yeah.
So, our ancient scholars, rishis, gnanis, who wanted to serve the human beings, mankind, they said, you are entering to a field which generates a lot of energy within you, not from elsewhere. It is with you. So when it generates, you cannot stand sometimes. You have to hold it. For that you have to wield a shield. That is Kavacha. Kavacha is get yourself prepared to get the energy and to keep it without hurting you. I think I'm very clear. The Kavacha is that. I'm receiving the energy, I'm invoking the energy, that fragmented power I'm consolidating. But when it consolidates, it creates a lot of energy, which I used to protect myself with that Kavacha.
Wow. So that's what
So
Kavacha
you
does.
need to have that Kavacha because you are entering a field where you are entering to field where it happens is all your fragmented power is get consolidated. What will happen?
Yeah.
So you should do not protect from that. There's Kavacha. Rupam dehi jayan dehi yasho dehi dvisho jahi. Every Argala Stotrama ends with that. There are 24 verses in that, madam. Rupam dehi jagan dehi yasho dehi dvisho jahi. Give me that form. Give me that victory. Give me that yashassu, prosperity, progress, all that together. It's a prayer there in Argal, right?
Yeah.
We have also a geometrical expression of Saptashati. Anybody ever have that? Do you know only Parayana part? The sound form, the Stotra form. We also have got Saptashati Yantra.
Okay. Just like Sri Yantra.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Then why don't people talk much about it?
I've spoken on my book.
Yeah.
Okay. There are 24 lotus is drawn there. That called one of the avaranas. Enclosures. Avarana is enclosures. That 24 lotus petals identifies with 24 slokas here. I think it's not spoken anywhere, I think so. I don't know. So when you worship that Saptashati Yantra, you chant with the Argala, you are talking about that 24. Rupandehi Jayandehi Yashodehi Dvishojahi. So I have covered myself, protected myself. Now please, using my own power, I will get this. Jaya, victory and prosperity. Argala. Okay. Shield. Praying for what I want. That is not simply possible. I have to unlock something. The unlocking is the pin for that, is a Kilaka.
Kilakam. That unlocking is what
Unlocking that.
Kilakam
And
does.
see, power is coming, but I have to unlock, The power is there. First I have to consolidate power. So that I should protect myself. Then when I get that power, I want to all these things from Jain Dehi. See, it doesn't come. I have to also open the lock. So you prepare yourself before getting into the chanting of. So it's very clearly mentioned. Don't get into chanting of the mantra, Saptashati, without this Kavacha, Argala and Kilaka. Not only this, it also speaks about, it connects Nirvana Mantra to Saptashati. They are
Really?
inseparable.
Really? Nirvana Mantra and Saptashati
Yeah,
are inseparable.
they are part of it. Nirvana Mantra is a part of Saptashati. In fact, the Nirvana Mantra has to be initiated.
Okay.
For somebody to chant Durga Saptashati to get its full potential. What is full potential? I must refer my Guru here. He used to say, the Parayana or chanting part of Saptashati has two parts. The result of it. One is the result of Parayana. You get the result of Parayana, whatever result we have mentioned already. Then there is also result of its mantra there inside. There is two different results are there. One is result of Parayana, result of mantra. My Guru used to say, those who got that Parayana done with initiation of Nirvana Mantra, I think I'm very clear. Because it has got three folders, charitas, and each folder, each charita represented by one seed syllable. That seed syllable is a part of Nirvana Mantra, which I don't want to say.
Okay.
Though it's known to everybody, I don't want to declare it openly on the podcast today. There are three seed syllables representing each one of the charita. It goes with that. In fact, they should talk about it. So, when somebody got initiation into mantra, they chant it. They get the result of both Parayana and mantra pala. The mantra also has got result. Parayana has also got result. Both are given together. That is chanting Saptashati Parayana with mantra initiation, using Nirvana Mantra also there. In fact, there is a method described in very interesting here. I told you it is a Tantra text.
Yes.
And placed in the mythology, Markandey Purana. Its method of using it, method of Viniyoga we call it, method of chanting it. That Viniyoga is offering it. Mantra also Viniyoga, here also Parayana Viniyoga. That elaborate explanation is given Katyayani Tantra.
In Katyayani Tantra.
Katyayani Tantra. It's a Tantra called Katyayani Tantra. Like Srividya Tantra, Kavacha Tantra, so many Tantras, There's something called Katyayani Tantra. Katyayani Tantra elaborately speaks about the method of chanting. Different methods is given. Different methods. So, you get with the initiation of mantra, you get the result of the Parayana. Only with initiation you get the mantra also. That means, in other words, there are two available to me. Two different things I'm getting it. By doing only, I get this. But doing that, I get both. So that's what it is, with initiation, without initiation. So in that way, Durga Saptashati, though it is a text for even getting Jivan Mukti also, I don't say it's not.
It's a text for Mukti also, Durga Saptashati.
No doubt in it.
But Guruji, so many people just, chant Durga Saptashati only for materialistic comfort. People don't relate it for Mukti and Moksha.
What I can do, my dear, it's happening. Even Lalita Sahasranam also is for both. See, the most of our Tantra texts, they give you both. Materialistic as well as spiritual. But for what I am using is different. What I want. It's what it is. And people are using it because benefit is seen immediately. That's why it is reduced to that. And so there are different methods also there. One is, you can't ignore this method. Kavacha, Argala, Kilaka, Dhyana Shloka, you can't. Okay. Very important thing also I must mention here. The Nirvana Mantra I said, it should be used. There's a mandate that You are supposed to chant Nirvana Mantra minimum 108 times after every chapter.
After every chapter, you should chant Nirvana Mantra.
There was one person which I'm referring to, he is no more today, from Karnataka. He's a known personality, but let me refer his name today. He deserves it to be mentioned. He was a master in Saptashati. He used to say one should chant 1,000 times on every chapter. 1,000 mantra of Nirvana Mantra. He's called Gunjur Ramchandra Shastri. He is known as, is called by, his pen name was Pushya. I must remember him, reverence him with all reverence, I must refer him. I got an opportunity to recognize him today. Because he has a lot of input he has given me on Durga Saptashati. So I must, when I'm talking about Saptashati, I should definitely quote him and remember him. Otherwise, that's how I can show my respect to him. He used to say, there's a method properly nobody is doing. That's why they don't get results. They just do it very mechanically, and even that it gives result. To get the proper result, they should do this, he was telling me. One important is chanting of mantra on every chapter. To chant the mantra, Nirvana Mantra has 11 types of nyasas called Ekadasha Nyasa. Even this is missing in most of the text today.
Okay. And what does it do?
11 nyasa, types of nyasa. Because the nyasa is placing the seed syllables in the body. That's called nyasa. Placing them to you energize your body. Prepare for that. Any mantra should have nyasa. Nyasa is placing. Normally, we do only 2-3 Anga Nyasa and Karan Nyasa, and you place some on the fingers, those syllables, and put like this and Shadagnas over. But whereas in Saptashati Purana, there are 11 Nyasas mentioned. With a specific, I don't remember, I can't tell you what each Nyasa gives you different effect. Each Nyasa has a different result. So after this Ekadasha Nyasa, you are supposed to chant Nirvana Mantra. So for a wonderful results. In fact, the Saptashati Parayana is complete, if you want to. It should be with the Saptashati Yantra Adharatana. We are not doing all this, we are just want to confine it to some small thing, and it's in fact, it should begin with Saptashati Yantra Avarana Puja. Many are aware of that? I don't think so. Saptashati Yantra and its Avarana Puja. Then go to Ekadasha Nyasa and Nirvana Mantra, Kavacha, Argala, Kilaka.
Yes.
And this is the process of we do it. And chanting that mantra after every chapter gives us the wonderful results. And said, this is one method. There are different methods also given there. One is the first charita first, second charita, third charita in this order. You know? That's how it is.
Yes.
This is a method. Opposite. First chant Uttama Charita, Madhyama and second. There's another method. Madhyama, Pratamanda. See, there are different methods are mentioned in Kalpyan Yantra for different results. It's one part. The other part is independently. You chant only first chapter. One charita. Similarly, not only second chapter. That's not going to. You chant the whole folder. That is Madhyama Charita. 2, 3, 4. That's a different result. And then 5 to 11. That's another Charita. Separately. Even this is possible. For a different requirements, even this is also allowed. So Saptashati is something, is a wonderful tool. You can use it the way you want, as recommended. You don't use it in a different way what you want, but you can always use it with different methods used to you to get you whatever the results you want.
So beautifully explained, Guruji. Guruji, now that you mentioned Kavacham, Kilakam and Argala Stotra, I'm sure so many of my viewers would have this doubt somewhere that which out of these is the most powerful and which one should I recite or chant?
Well, very, very simple question. Also answer simple. Kavacha will give you shield. Not only for chanting Saptashati, it protects you from all evil things. They can use it individually, independently. Independent chanting of Kavacha is also allowed. Whatever be the difference of opinion, I welcome it. I respect it. But Kavacha, if you read the content of it, it's very clear. Any Kavacha, there are not only Chindi Kavacha. There are many Kavachas we have. Subramanya Kavacha, Shiva Kavacha, Rudra. Yes, so many Kavachas are there. Durga Kavacha, many. Those Kavachas has the energy of sound, which shields us from all negativities. So Kavacha independently also one can chant to shield oneself from the negative forces which may attack, which may be troubling us. No doubt in it. Okay, accepted. Independently they are powerful. Okay. Without even going for this is the question, whether independently they are useful. Yes, is useful.
But which out of these is the most powerful?
Which is more or less, how can you say? This has a different role.
Okay.
Kavacha has a role of shielding you.
Okay.
Shielding from what? Negativities.
Negative energies.
And
yes.
make you contain the energy what you have, both way. You create an energy and it not explode also helps you. And it also shields you from the negative things. Both way it works.
Okay. Okay.
And Argala is something, a real prayer. So why should we not do it separately?
Yeah.
Rupam Dehi, Jayan Dehi,
Yes.
Yasho Dehi, Vishwa. Come on, give me all these things. It's a simple prayer.
Yes.
So it has to, the simple prayer has its own result.
Definitely,
so,
Guruji.
okay. And Kelaka independently may not have any value because its Kelaka is to open that unlock something else.
Yeah.
So these two are very useful independently also. Okay.
Okay. And to put an end to today's beautiful discussion, I think I would like to end this podcast with this very simple question that, people pray to Devi, as we discussed, for comforts and, for her blessings. But is it also possible that chanting Durga Saptashati or listening to Durga Saptashati, it also cuts your karma, like it balances your karmic alignment? Is that possible?
Yes.
It is?
Yeah. This is a very good question, but
how does it cut your
I must answer very carefully also. Otherwise, scholars will take on me now. We have identified 3 different types of karmas. Sanchita, Agami and prarabdha. When you say karma, I will talk about, you have made me to talk. I can't stop it.
Yeah.
The Sanchita is accumulated for many births. Where it gets accumulated is a different story. Once again, it takes us to somewhere else. Let us not go. There is accumulated. And every birth, out of accumulated karma, only something is bought. Not the whole thing is bought. We can't. That's called prarabdha. What is taken out from Sanchita, accumulated one, something you bought. And then Agami, what you do now. All these karmas, is it not so?
Sure.
Sanchita is not operative, so don't worry about it. Sanchita is somewhere, is still there and you have to go, unless it is burnt. Unless Sanchita is burnt, it still remains, the birth cycle goes and when every time you go and bring something. When that Sanchita will go, I will talk to that literature, but still I give a hint for that. There is a Lingashtaka, we chant, Brahma Murari Surachita Lingam, most very popular. There it talks, Sanchita Papa Vinashaka Lingam.
Sanchita Papa Vinashaka Lingam.
So there is a method, there is a possibility where with your practice, Even Sanchita Papa also will be destroyed. So there's nothing for you to bring in. It's a different state. I don't want to go there. Because already it is still there, we don't know how to burn it or destroy it. But we talk about prarabdh, which already we carried it. Will this destroy it? Is the question. Is it the question you are putting me?
Yes. The question was, how does it cut your karma? How does it
What do you mean
the
by
karmic
cut?
alignment?
Cut means what? Is it destruction or remove only part of it?
Destruction, I'm talking about specifically.
No. Because particularly the prarabdha karma, all accepted text and experience also say, you cannot do away with that.
Then how would the soul evolve?
Then how it helps you.
Yeah.
You have bought it and you have to enjoy it. But Saptashati may give you to manage it. How beautifully. Without more suffering.
How?
The chanting of that, it gives you the energy where you have that, you don't feel that discomfort. That is like, I have cold now in Delhi, which is nothing I can do, but I can wear something which make me a little free. Similarly, Saptashati or any such things which can, we talk about, which cuts karma, which will help you to manage karma. It's not coming out of karma, but helps you manage karma. That's the best way of putting it.
Yes.
So it helps, no doubt in it. You make it more comfortable to handle it. So otherwise, Saptashati or any other checks, including when I'm talking about Saptashati, I should talk only that now. It helps us to manage karma than somebody without that. You are better in a position to manage that karma than without that. So it helps us. So the Katyayani Tantra I'm referring here, which I told you, it has specified the proper method of chanting Saptashati right now.
Ji.
There it specifies clearly, not properly practiced. Because there are 2-3 different versions we have in practice so that we accept whatever our Guru says or whatever our lineage says. But the truth is, there is something called Siddha Kunjika.
Siddha Kunjika Stotra, yes.
That is from a different tantra. Not at all from Durga Saptashati, not from Katyayani Tantra also. It's a different tantra. Even that tantra, people say there are 2 different tantras. I don't want to make confusion. This is another tantra. Siddha Kunjika. Stotra. In Siddha Kunjika Stotra, while chanting, in the middle, mantra also is included. Siddha Kunjika mantra and Stotra both together. Siddha Kunjika, I don't want to tell any mantra here. Siddha Kunjika mantra has a component of Nirvana Mantra.
Okay.
Very interesting. It's like it becomes more powerful. So it is said after 11th chapter, which is thrice, Namastasya, Namastasya, Namo Namaha. Ya Devi, Sarvabhuteshu. You
yes.
praise her with everything. Yes. You are Mata, you are Kripa, you are Lakshmi, you are Trishna, you are everything, Shuddha. After that, Siddha Kunjika Stotra is recommended. Even that Siddha Kunjika Stotra, there is a mention, without Siddha Kunjika mantra, chanting part of Saptashati is like crying in the middle of the forest. Aranya Rodana, they call it. Nobody comes to your help there. So it is as good as Aranya Rodana. You are in the forest and crying for help, nobody will come. So without Siddha Kunjika, chanting of Saptashati is of no use. Very, very important. That is on 11th chapter. But some other texts say you must chant at the end of 13th chapter.
Okay.
But it's more precise and correct is after 11th chapter. Siddha Kunjika completes gives the correct, seal it actually. Whatever the energy you have that is sealed and you may come to you for your use. So Siddha Kunjika part is very, very important. One should not forget. In the beginning, Kavacha, Argala, Kilaka, at 11th chapter, chanting Siddha Kunjika mantra is a must.
Like it seals it. So Guruji, let's just say that if a person chants Siddha Kunjika Stotra every day, how would his energy field be?
No, I tell you.
How powerful would Siddha Kunjika
Very interesting
Stotra
question you asked me. Siddha Kunjika reads, I'm still, but we should not reduce that. It says two things. One is, without Siddha Kunjika, you don't get the result of Saptashati.
Okay, without Siddha Kunjika Stotra, you don't get the results of Saptashati.
And one more sentence in that. Siddha Kunjika alone gives you whole. Interesting.
Yeah.
Siddha Kunjika alone gives you the result of Durga Saptashati. In that case, we can only have read only Siddha Kunjika. I don't agree with that.
So many people would think, let's just, read
somebody
Siddha
says,
Kunjika and get
I will
done
read
with
Siddha Kunjika only, it gives you everything.
Yes.
Maybe there is a different understanding of the slokas there. And I stand on that. Siddha Kunjika is a part of Saptashati. To get the desired result of Saptashati, whether Parayana Phala or Mantra Phala, whatever it is, Siddha Kunjika has to be chanted. Once again, the question arises here. Siddha Kunjika has in its a mantra which has got the component of Nirvana Mantra. So I have to give another condition now. Condition apply. I have to definitely make. So Siddha Kunjika Stotra has to be chanted by only those who have got Nirvana Mantra also. I should give a condition. Because already in Siddha Kunjika Mantra, Nirvana Mantra is there.
Yes, you told me.
So Parayana Phala without Mantra, they can do without Siddha Kunjika also. But the Parayana with Mantra initiation, I wish that, it's not that I wish that, it is required to chant Siddha Kunjika.
Wow.
To make but we should conclude that the most powerful, available, easiest to get, particularly, though it is meant for liberation also, if somebody properly uses it, and it is to make us to get, I don't say it gives you everything, it prepares you to get what you want, I told you.
Okay, it gives you that energy. And that alignment.
I told you, your total power energy is fragmented, and it helps you to consolidate, use it, and get what you want. That is Durga Saptashati.
Wow, so powerful and so beautifully explained, Guruji. And I'm sure that any viewer watching this podcast today, they could feel Devi's blessing, and I'm sure they would make Durga Saptashati a part of their lives, and may Devi bless us all. And it's always a pleasure talking about Devi with you, as always. So I'm so grateful.
We all pray together that great divine, in whatever the name you call, the universal consciousness energy in the form of Mahakali, Mahalakshmi and Mahasaraswati, to bless each one of us, bless the whole universe, to be in peace, prosperity, and what more, including the liberation, the ultimate goal of the every human being. Sarve janaha sukhino bhavantu. Samasta sanmangalani bhavantu. Shanti, shanti, shanti.
Thank you, Guruji. So you tell me in the comment section, how did you like today's podcast? Do you listen to Durga Saptashati? What changes has it brought into your life? How connected do you feel towards Devi? How it has strengthened your connection towards Devi? Or do you listen to Kavacham, Argala Stotra, Kilakam, Siddha Kunjika Stotra? I'm sure these are very powerful stotras and they have brought some very powerful changes into your life. As they say, only when Devi wants, you feel connected towards her and you feel that connection. I'm sure this podcast brings that connection into your life, and I would request you to share it as much as you can so that other people also feel Devi's blessings in their life. I will keep bringing you such insightful discussions. Do let me know What more topics should we cover in the coming discussions? This is your host Rangoli. I'll see you in another podcast. Namaste.